Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rajiv Sood. I represent Zoxima Solutions. I lead the business for Zoxima Solutions. We are Microsoft boutique partner, and we have a lot of solutions for the manufacturing and the distribution industry. I have with me today Gagan from Microsoft. Unfortunately, Prakash couldn't join. He's a little unwell. So I requested Gagan to join. And many thanks, Gagan, for joining in. Now I can start with a quick introduction of Gagan. Gagan is an engineer, MBA, worked in IT industry and applications for many years now, and like 6, 7 years, I think he's in Microsoft, and a champion in ERP, CRM, and associated business applications. I have known him from last many years, and he brings in a very rich experience of business applications and how the applications have been deployed at many large enterprises, and a lot of flair for consulting and helping organizations in their digital journey. Although we today our topic is limited to loyalty management and associated aspects of loyalty from a customer channel influencers perspective. But since we all are senior leadership from organizations in the manufacturing distribution space, so we can even get into some discussions in case it is so required of certain other areas in the manufacturing space. And particularly, I have requested Gagan, to also give you a flair of what Microsoft is doing in the manufacturing space and how it is fostering digital transformation for the industry. And the pattern for today's session is that I'm going to take you through some of the demos and features, functionalities of the loyalty applications, and also talk about the associated forms of loyalty, because the way loyalty is defined by various organizations is a little fluid and a little different. Somewhere it is pure loyalty from a perspective of a scan and pay kind of things, where you scan QR codes and receive loyalty points, and then are able to redeem these loyalty points. So that's one scenario. There will be other scenarios where we will define tiers of loyalty, and we probably will define our partners and customers in silver, gold, platinum kind of tiers, and give benefits basis that. And the third aspect will be where we will be actually defining a lot of qualitative and quantitative parameters, basis which we will measure the engagement we have with various customers, and then give them benefits which would be basis whatever transactions or the qualitative or quantitative interactions we are having, which are of course measurable from our perspective. So I'll be talking in detail about some of these uniquenesses, the way we would want to define the loyalty applications, and the benefits which we wish to drive as organizations. And post my presentation, I'm going to hand it over to Gagan to ice the cake and put all the Microsoft tools, technologies, and icing on top of it, so that we get a larger perspective as to how our distribution applications can be leveraged using technologies. Could be from AI perspective, Chat GPT, which Microsoft is is promoting in a big way from OpenAI, and a few other low code stuff, which is very unique in technology today. Um, Many thanks, Gagan, for joining in, and we look forward for a lot of knowledgeable and informative session from you. I will straight away jump into my presentations, and any questions if if anybody will have, you can just put it in the chat section, and maybe after our session we can have one-to-one conversations also, and accordingly take any clarifications, questions in the end. So that's what we intend to do. Then do let me know once my screen shows up. I'll quickly give a background to our organization, and what we are doing, and what are loyalty applications we are going to demonstrate, and then get into product demos. I'm actually presenting my entire screen. So essentially, basically, what we are seeing in the manufacturing distribution industry, and within micro verticals within the industry, where we could be a FMCG company, we could be a fashion company, we could be a pure industrial products company, or building material, or any automotive, or any other organization. So loyalty is something which today is an important aspect. While there are other aspects of technology which are more on collaboration, the way we use WhatsApp or chatbots, or Teams or emails for omni-channel experience of our customers. There are in need of integrated applications across channel partners, influencers, customers, which is actually driving the whole technology adoption in the manufacturing industry. I'm generally talking about manufacturing industry and technology in overall, and then I'll converge it to the discussion which we have today. The idea is that we also give you a perspective that as an organization or as capabilities, Zoxima as a Microsoft boutique partner, or Microsoft as an organization, has much more to offer. So and a lot of technology interventions or technology adoptions can be enabled through these technology products, which are readily deployable and available. And key things in our customers motivation and customer retention is the benefits and the loyalty, or the schemes or the tiers we run for them, or the reward programs we run for them. So that's what we are going to talk about, and how that is actually connected to the rest of the distribution ecosystem, in terms of whether it is a primary customer, or a secondary customer, or a tertiary customer, and how do we actually build and track the rewards to them and engage them more and more, is a critical aspect in our building the technology loyalty applications for them. So that's where we as an organization are kind of working in the manufacturing space, distribution space, and bringing in the loyalty applications. And these loyalty applications, while they are there'll be there'll be benefits and redemptions and all that, but then communication is something which cannot be isolated, whether it's WhatsApp or bots, or call centers interventions, which will be required for our customers to check, to to query, and to raise the issues which they would have. And a lot of these actually are driven by the industry, the dynamism which we are having in the industry, be it is from territory expansions perspective, be it is channel engagement perspective or customer perspective. So whether it is channel, customer, or influencer, with use of this technology, we are now driving the digital transformation, and loyalty being a important aspect in there. Just one slide I want to talk about us as an organization is that we build these kind of systems, whether it is loyalty system or sales automation systems or distributor, dealer, retailer management systems. You guys, somebody's can you just silent it? Thank you. So whether they are dealer systems or sales promoter systems. So it is, while we will talk today largely on the loyalty application, but then there are a host of other applications on the distribution side of the business which are available. If anybody would have interest in any of these applications, could be a dealer, retailer, influencer management applications, or sales automation, or for sales promoter applications, or any market development applications, we can give them these applications. And the beauty of these applications is that they are built on Microsoft technology stack, which is consisting of a low-code platform on Power Apps, which allows us to build applications and extend applications, with very minimal coding, Android, iOS, web interfaces, or it can also, have built-in capabilities on the AI and the Power BI dashboards. I spoke about the communication aspects on Teams and Outlook, email, and all that. That's also a complete embedded, component of the overall solutions which we offer. We managed to work with very leading brands, be it as fashion, be it as FMCG, be it as building material, automotive, consumables, and so on and so forth. So, and many of these large organizations have helped us to, bring these, mature these, offerings, and bring it to a stage where these offerings are today very quickly deployable. We can actually deploy a simple loyalty application in 6 weeks' time, and the organization can start driving benefits out of this. If I was to talk about influencer and the channel loyalty application, I'm basically talking about setting up these loyalty engine, which means the way we would want to define these loyalty programs, the way we would define the benefits which we want to deliver, the way with the thresholds for the loyalty points, and we want to define in the system, and integrate it with the QR code scanning in case it is available in our scenarios, and receive benefits, tier these parties, and then they also have the redemption integrations for redeeming those royalty points. So along with these applications, which will purely talk loyalty, we can also not only enroll these parties and do their KYCs, but we can also do a lot of their engagement and knowledge management part of the applications also. So depending upon how deep you want to build a loyalty application, it can be purely a scan and collect points and redeem those points, or it can be additions of other aspects of engagement with the partners, be it as either giving them some points on their key milestones, or sending them wishes on their key events of anniversaries and so on and so forth. So the loyalty applications also kind of extend our engagement with our customers. I will first show you one application and then come back to the rest of my presentation. The application I'm going to actually show it to you is a loyalty application where both from, just a minute. So, where influencer or a channel could be a a dealer or a retailer, any sales counter which we have enrolled in the system, we can can accumulate points. I'll also show to you how do we actually configure these loyalty engines in the application. So essentially, what we are talking about is in the loyalty application. There is one which is for the customers app, a customer facing app, and then there'll be a app or the interfaces where the organization will be able to set it up as the core backend of the system. Basically, what we are talking about is the loyalty programs can be both, as I said, for primary, secondary, tertiary customers, and it can be both qualitative, quantitative parameters measures which can be triggered for setting up the loyalty, giving the loyalty points and then tiering them with either a QR code based scanning or coupon based scanning or a barcode based scanning. So depending upon the way we would want to enable the giving of the reward points. Uh, and also raising tickets or surveys and so on and so forth. The application, the mobile aspect of the application is fairly simple to use because we need to have UI UX to where people find it very convenient to use. We can have some loyalty points whenever people are actually registering and joining in. Well, these are not that it has to work like this only. These are few of the examples I'm giving you. So the person, have you have a simple registration process. If there is channels or influencers, we can pre-register them, and from the ERP or from the backend systems, we can populate data so that whenever they activate their account, we are able to encourage them to activate the accounts and start interacting with us. The there are dashboards which are available, which will tell us as to what stage of our loyalty are, what are the redeemed point, what are the if there are any pending approvals, what are the balance points we have, what are the earning for the month we have, and so on and so forth. So there is a very simple interface is available for us to know our loyalty statuses on the mobile, Android, iOS, whatever and this is all a kind of a single interface we will have. So similar interfaces would be available. We also have notifications which can be enabled on the application on various aspects, could be point earned and all that. We can scan the product QR code directly from the app. Multiple scans can be done in one single shot, and not necessarily that we have to have the product. If there are competition, we want to kind of hide certain things from the competition. We can do it by not displaying or displaying fully. That depends on the organization philosophy, and the points can be directly earned from there. And all these are personalized dashboards. They're very simple to use features where you can have the ledgers, the redemption ledgers, the tiers of the organization, the redeemed points, and so on and so forth, available to use on a click of a button. We can also have catalogs of benefits in terms of if what is that we want to give as a benefit to our customers, or the combination of certain points as to what are the products they can buy. So catalogs, they are all these are again managed in the system. We can also link this system to other third-party systems in case we want to kind of also automate the fulfillment part directly once they are approved by the by the organization after verifications of their respective claims when they are available. So we can look at the catalog, the request for redemptions. Um, and once they make this request, either through automatically or through manual interventions, we can approve them depending upon the eligible points or the available points they have, product availability and so forth. And directly the item can be shipped by our partners to them. Similarly, on the back end, we will have a complete panel where we can enroll the parties. Could be retailers, could be dealers, could be influencers, and see, keep a track, have all kind of dashboards available to us by distributor, by retailer, by region, by salesperson, by the counter, by geography, and all that. And keep a track of all the points accumulated party-wise, region-wise, and so on and so forth. We can also, keep a trends available to us, that which are the trending products, which are the things which our customers are liking, so that we can accordingly, tweak the benefits to for them. And it is not necessary that we will have uniform benefits for all the customers. We can have region-wise benefits, state-wise benefits defined, so that we know the party which is it is coming from, and what are their personal likes and dislikes, and basis that we can have the catalogs displayed to them in terms of the benefits which we want to. We can even thresholds can be defined differently for different regions in or different tiers of parties which we are engaged with. And the masters are maintained in the applications. They are integrated back with our backend systems, and we are able to completely have all the information. Even when there is a scan happening or a point being earned, there the geolocations capture. Whether it is a genuine party who is doing it, and so that we can also keep a track of the physical track of the products also. It's not always that we will have, since there's a geotagging available, so we keep a track of all that also. There are multiple scans happening, we have a way to resolve those conflicts and allow or disallow, points on something which has already been, scanned per se. So similarly, the QR codes data, which is could be generated by a third party or an enterprise system, we can seamlessly bring them here, integrate it. We can have APIs built into the applications, which can directly get these QR code data, so that once the scan happens, within a second, he's able to validate and throw it back to the customer, saying that what is the point he has earned, and whether it is a valid scan or not a valid scan. Similarly, I mentioned about product catalogs. So the product catalogs can be enabled. The state catalogs the articles can be differently defined into the product. In case we have, we need to kind of preserve our schemes from our competition, so we can mask them in a different way as well, so that not everything is kind of visible to the whole world. And similarly, the group masters, subgroup masters for loyalties are available. The whole of the redemption and approval process is available. Once there's a request which is coming in from the requester, from the customer, so we can trigger the workflows and then have um, the approvals done there. So the masters data can be uploaded directly into the system. It could be employee masters, customer masters, distributor masters, and so on and so forth. And all the events, as I mentioned, the interactions with the parties, we can have it, whether it is anniversary or there any other event which we want to either give them some point or send them some messages using various modes of communications which I spoke about. That was one application where which I wanted to demonstrate to you, which is on the loyalty form influencer and channel perspective. I would now talk. Just give me 1 second, sir. My PowerPoint crashed. Just give me 1 minute, sir. Gagan, while I get the presentation, if you can just continue for a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe
My
before I,
PowerPoint crashed. Just 1 minute. You can continue. Yeah, thanks.
yeah, no problem. So I think uh, if there are any questions, maybe this is also an opportunity for us to, open up and ask questions. We'll be happy to take. So what essentially Rajiv has shown you so far is solutions around distribution management needs. I see a lot of people from various sub verticals within the manufacturing on this call today. I know sales and distribution is a common, so to say, priority area for all of us on the call. And loyalty management, scheme management is a very important facet to catch the dealer's attention and make them work for us. Uh, because all of you work in a multi-brand dealership environment, right? All of your dealers, most of all, your dealers will be multi-brand dealers, right? So this is an area where we need to give a lot of attention and a lot of focus, and we have pre-built these solutions using Microsoft technology mostly. And these are all very agile and low code, no code, in the sense that we can tune it to any specific subverticals requirement, be it steel. I see people from building material on this call. It could be a consumer durable, which also has a service franchisee angle coming in, right? So whatever we are showing and talking to you today is all very agile, already tuned to your sub industry, but can further be optimized or maybe customized or configured based on your needs, right? So I think that's
Yeah,
one point I wanted to add.
thanks, Gagan. Thanks. Thank you very much. So I'll probably go with the rest of my presentation. So sorry about this little disruption. I'm actually facing a little issue with my teams today. Uh, yeah, is my screen there now, Gagan?
Yeah, it's there,
Okay.
Rajiv.
So now I'll kind of go and broad base the loyalty to a little different level. We spoke about the loyalty from a scanning, from loyalty definitions, earning, redemption, and all that. We will now talk about a little bit on the tiering and the schemes part, which means sometimes it is not pure scanning and paying. We are also defining certain slabs, certain parameters basis which we will define we define those benefits of the schemes which we want to run for our customers, and then track various parameters. Could be sales, could be a collection, timely collections, days of payment, the mix of products, and then give benefits to them, and then basis their performance over periods. Over specific periods could be week, 15 days, month, quarter, year, and we then give them benefits. We give them points, or we give them direct money with which the levels they keep on achieving. So and then also track the payouts to them, either in the form of the redemptions which we saw, or in the form of actual payouts which we would want to do to certain parties, to certain schemes. So that's what I am now getting into, little bit broad basing the whole loyalty concept to a little bit on the schemes and the period based benefits which we want to run it for our customers. So in the application, we can define, what kind of schemes we want to run. We can track schemes as to, what is my budget and what is the actual payout which is happening against a particular scheme, and which are the parties which are likely, which are getting those kind of benefits defined for a particular scheme which we want to run. The scheme definitions are fairly simple to do. There are we can relaunch a scheme which we have launched in the past. We can select it for different parties we want to launch it for. We can define the minimum threshold, the maximum threshold, the type of payouts we want to have, cash or kind or whatever redemptions we just saw that, and we can define this will be active for this period, and what will be the rules for running those schemes. The schemes can be defined, as I said, for the specific type of parties in the regions. It is not necessary that we have to run a scheme or a loyalty for all the customers. We can run it for a state. We can run it for a kind of region, or a level of a minimum threshold, like only a party who does so much, 10 lakhs and above only will be eligible. So we define those, whether it is my distributor, dealer, retailer, influencer. I can define the party, and then keep on adding these beneficiaries. Now once these beneficiaries are added in the list, this list becomes uniform, universal. I can map it to one scheme or different kind of benefits or the schemes I want to run it for a then I can define the rules that what could be the minimum threshold for a particular for a particular scheme. Well, the payments are within so much days and so much days. What is the level of outstanding? The credit exposure should not be more than this. The sales applicable for a particular product has to be greater than this. So there are various, we need not code these. The idea is that these are rules which get configured from the front end, so that as a user I can launch this benefit and define this program for my customers from the front end itself. I can then define what the effective dates, whether the scheme is growth. Like growth is something which is on the previous period. Last month itna hai, 15%. If you increase in this month, then I give you this kind of benefit. Or it can be fixed target basis, or a combination of that. Or if it is basis the whatever you give me an order, whatever I bill you as invoices, and it can be basis the product or product category, and it can be, as I said, a primary, secondary, or a tertiary party. So there are a lot of concepts. If I look at in here, there are scheme rules which we saw. There are scheme slabs, so I can define the slabs, in terms of from say 1 to 10 tons, or 1,000 numbers to 2,000 numbers. This is the kind of benefit, equivalent benefit I will give. It could be a gold coin, it could be a pure discount, it can be, as I said, a cash or a kind, and then we can have these slabs being defined, and moment the person achieves that slabs, his benefits keep on varying. So it is again a front end tool where we can define these slabs basis whatever we want to run as a benefit for them. And we can then add those beneficiaries, the list of those beneficiaries for that particular scheme. We can define the invoices which will be applicable. Like it could be that I can define the scheme or the benefit only for specific products. It's not that all sales I do I define. I give you a benefit only for one type of product. I am running a benefit for you, or it will accumulate for a point to be given. The other may not carry any point. So that kind of which is to be considered and not considered, and it's something which we can define. And similarly, the payout mechanisms, whether I said it has to be in the form of points which we just saw, or in the form of money, we can define the payouts to be given on specific achievements of those numbers. The scheme can be for products or combination of products. or minimum threshold for one product, and then the second product, or a combination of the numbers for both the products put together. So any kind of combinations I can create, and and then kind of give a view to my parties, like we saw it on the app. We can then also look at how this how a particular benefit is faring for a party, in terms of labs, in terms of payouts, and the associated loyalty attached to it. So that's what I had to talk about in my presentation today. Any questions we will have, I will take it here now, or I can now give it to Gagan so that he can present Microsoft's viewpoint on what Microsoft is doing in the manufacturing space and how they are helping partners like us to bring these innovative solutions on Microsoft stack. And then we
Yeah.
can open up.
So
Yeah.
Rajiv, I think there were a couple of questions on the chat. Rahul was asking about, can similar things can be implemented for TMT industry, where the primary influencers are masons, right? And they typically may not have a smartphone, although these days we see everybody, big or small, having a smartphone, but still there are cases where these guys may not have a smartphone. So is there a way to go about and implementing a loyalty program for these people, right? So I have already responded on the chat, but you can add to it, right? I told that maybe
Right.
we'll have to use channels like SMS, etc., to maybe connect to them and bring them on board to the program. The engagement level may be limited, but I think there are still things can be done if we are not able to engage them on an app or a or from a smartphone perspective. Any thoughts on
No,
that,
Gagan, I think,
Rajiv?
yeah, Gagan, it's a very interesting question, and we do have experience of TMT industry and running, loyalty schemes and benefits for the masons and the contractors on the field. So within building material and within TMT steel, we have experience of doing that. And not necessarily because they will not have something like, in TMT, we may not have a scan and pay kind, scan and get reward kind of scenario. So the schemes which are or the loyalty which is run for these for the contractors and masons, or even architects and contractors in TMT industry, is that it is basis the volume of business which gets generated, or basis the leads which the person is giving it to me and helping me to close business. So that is being tracked, and we have apps where dealers, or sales teams, or even the call center interfaces can verify what all projects are being executed, what is the tonnage of the material which has been consumed or picked up. We define those as I showed it, we define those in the system. And then once these are verified by our people, the benefits, personally seen motorcycles and gold coins and gold chains being distributed by TMT customers to these guys, basis the projects and the tonnage of the steel which has been sold through them, or influenced to them, or actually consumed by them for those kind of projects. So we definitely have a model for TMT industry. This is a generic stuff, not only for TMT. It will happen in steel, in cement also. It will happen in chemicals, paints and chemicals also. Paints is still relatively simpler because you'll still have a QR code and all that. But then I should say the bulky material, or the is something where we already have such schemes, or the benefits programs being run. And Gagan, you are right. We can convey the same thing to them on SMS or WhatsApp, or even on a phone call. You can call up the call center and check it out as to what is the current tier or the status he is, and even a transaction he can log in there. Like he wants to say that I'm working on this project and then I have purchased 10 tons of 30 tons of TMT for this particular project, that also gets recorded in the system. And then we have a mechanism to calculate the benefit and then pass it on to him. As I said, could be a cash or a kind. So we have done that. We'll be happy to share more information with you
Yeah,
separately.
Rahul wanted to also know maybe some of the customers where we are doing that. Maybe we can share more details with him later on.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So
I think Moira
yeah,
Surya is one where you implement application, if I'm not wrong.
Rahul, your voice is not very clear. Do you mind coming closer
Can
to
you
the
hear me
mic?
now? Can you hear me now properly?
Yeah, there's some background noise, but
So
Uh,
there are few.
is this
Rahul,
better?
yeah, Rahul,
did you
I
get
could
this
hear
question,
what you
Rajiv?
said.
Okay, okay, go ahead,
Yeah,
please.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Rahul, you are right. There is one customer which you mentioned, and there are more also. So we definitely have experience of TMT per se, and
Mhm.
not only TMT but cement, building chemicals, which are very similar to what you just mentioned. So I will be very happy to share the details with you, and it is really very encouraging to see that we wish to run those programs, and today everyone is actually going to the project sites and gathering information. They are working with the contractors, working with the architects, and ensuring that you have an edge over the competition. So I will be very happy to share many of such interventions. It may not be only a app which we saw. It could be a whole lot of interventions which we would be building in terms of the overall engagement and catching the benefit for the influencers we have.
Perfect, Rajiv. Thank you so much for the response. I'll look to connect with you after this session is through.
Sure.
Great,
My pleasure,
Rahul.
Rahul.
Thank you.
So I
Thank
think
you
there
so
is
much.
another question, Rajiv, from Mr. Anil. He wants to understand how does it all compare with maybe SAP C4 HANA. So
Oh yeah. I again a good question. See, SAP is generally a transactional system, a system of record for us from core transactions which we would do with our customers. See, many of these engines, I should say, loyalty schemes, tiering engines, would be actually built. If it is a primary party, then we have the data. If you have a distributor dealer, we have the data in SAP, we know what sales is doing and blah blah, and then we are able to then populate the benefit and all that. That we can do is we can do in our system, get that data connected with SAP. So this will, from a pure primary perspective, we get the data from SAP and then bring it here, run the engine, calculate the benefits, show the benefits from the person. If there is a QR code, I was just showing, if it is happening in HANA, then we bring that QR code here, whatever the product information is, and then carry out the calculation of benefit and so on and so on. That's for the primary party, but that's not what is happening in the market today. So today we are working with the secondary parties. We have retailers. We will have influencers, like we are talking about TMT and all that. So all those, there are primary parties. We get the data from SAP and then carry out primary schemes or primary payouts or primary loyalty. But for secondary and tertiary, we got to build everything here, because a lot of these things will not be available in the SAP system. Like SAP may tell me that this is a dealer who has bought me and this is a retailer, the material has gone. May or may not. But then I would need the dealer to give me the information of the breakup of the sales which has happened, either basis the projects or basis the influencers, basis the retailer, and then calculate the points and give it there. So it all we work alongside SAP and extend lot of functionality which is required on the ecosystem we work with, not necessarily only the party who is my build to party. So I hope I'm able to answer that part of the question. Do we have
right.
more questions?
Yeah, we have a question from Rachna ma'am saying, what if someone is not ready to download app in the phone? I think it may
No
be a
issues, man.
typical
Yeah,
challenge.
there are
Yeah.
no issues, no issues. We can still, if there is a scan kind of a scenario where we want him to scan, उसको पैसा चाहिए वो download करेगा. If he wants money, if he wants any benefit, he will do that. But if it is not a scan scenario, then we can push the information to them. From calculate, push the information to them that this is your current scenario. It can be a WhatsApp message, it could be a SMS message, or again I said it could be he can even call up a call center. So it all, if he has to scan something and then get a reward, then he has no option than to download an application.
Yeah.
And generally
Yeah.
people would do that. Generally people would do that to receive money. But in case it is something which is getting calculated in the back end, we only need to communicate. There are methods of communicating with them. So I hope I'm able to answer that question of Rachna ma'am. Then
Yeah.
next question I'm having is from Raghubir sir. It is
Yeah,
in
it's a very,
FMCG
very
sector.
pertinent one. Yeah.
Counterfeit bills, QR code can easily be replicated. In such scenario, how truly loyalty points will be calculated based on the QR code scanning any solution related to counterfeit restrictions? Uh, Sir, yeah. There is an answer of your question within your question itself. Uh, First of all, sir, most of the QR codes which are today happening, they are all dynamic QR codes. I'm not sure, which industry which product you are referring to. I'll be happy to connect with you separately. Incidentally, I also run another, company which is into counterfeit protection. And we do a lot of work on the counterfeit protection also, both legal as well as other administrative measures. But to answer your question is that generally the QR codes are non-clonable, in the sense that it is not that all the codes can be replicated, because these codes are random. These codes are random, and and each product has a different code. So a counterfeiter generally would have one code only of all the products. He will not invest into each product being doing a different. I think we will know. The system will say it's a counterfeit, but it's not a valid QR code. We'll know the net log of the scan, and which is the party which has done that. I know a FMCG major who has done that wonderfully well. I can share with you separately on that, because as I said, I run another organization into counterfeit controls. So I'll discuss with you in detail. But then the fact of the matter is, this QR code actually factually can do not only the loyalty but also track and trace, and also the counterfeit protection per se. So once the code, you understand that there is a scanning happening, or same code is being scanned at two locations, and so the system throws errors and gives you all the data, and with that data you can then go and take action at that specific location where the QR codes are being done. So we track that. Even the IP addresses we can track in our scans, in addition to the geo tracking which we do. So there are methods of controlling, but this app per se, what we are right now demonstrating is just a loyalty app, but it can be enhanced to give additional functionality of saying that it is not a valid code, and this is the way you can identify the product, or this is the details of the product per se. And a lot of organizations are today doing that as well, because the QR code has a lot of. There is a way to do that. I will discuss with you separately on that. It's a little longer topic and very close to my heart. So I will be definitely be in touch with you to kind of work out a decent solution, not only from a technology standpoint but also from a enforcement standpoint also. We have another question, Gagan.
Yeah, we have another question from Mr. Umesh from Asharwad. He wants to talk about if there is a possibility to direct transfer to bank for these gifts, right? If it is a cash reward, or it can we facilitate things like, physical gifts on birthday, anniversaries. Basically, one is a sales based reward, one is maybe to get another level of personal touch to sort of capture their data and incentivize them on their important days.
Very good question, sir. Direct
It looks like there is a slight connectivity here at your end. I don't know if it is only me who's facing it. Yogesh, are you also able
ability
to,
to do that.
are you also having the
Yeah.
similar problem?
Yeah,
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 Rajiv,
there is some issue.
looks like there is some connectivity issue at your end, Rajiv.
Okay. Is it okay now? Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
Rajiv.
you are.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay.
but
Okay.
we had
So,
intermittent loss in your connectivity. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Yeah.
okay. 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 Maybe I can remove my earphones in case they give problem. I'm saying, Umesh sir, a good question. Direct benefit to the parties into their accounts with proper KYCs is possible. There are customers of ours who do that. But yeah, we do definitely have to do those KYCs and all that. And there is a AI engine which works for the KYC verifications and so on and so forth, of whether it is Aadhaar and all that. So we can link Aadhaar card and OTP based verifications and all that, so that we at least have a proper mechanism and protection, and we are compliant with the laws of the land. So that's one aspect. Second, linking it with any other, physical form of, delivery on specific occasions, we can actually push the data out, tie up with, say, any other gifting companies. Supposing you want to sell them flowers, if you want to kind of tie up with, send the data directly to them, and they ship out, give them the instructions, and they ship out the flowers to the party we want to kind of, send them on their anniversaries and so. Very much possible. Uh,
No, but I think I
today, most
agree
of
with
it is
your
just.
idea of third party, Rajiv, because typically it will require a lot of logistics also, right? For the physical gifts thing. So I
Yes,
think
yes, that's
typically
what I'm
companies
saying.
would want to outsource it to somebody.
Yes, yes. And there are specialized people who do that, and depending upon whether it's a flower we want to send it out, or a physical gift we want to send it out, so we can, push the data to
Yeah.
that portal, and from there.
While the system can give the required inputs, but maybe the actual facilitation can be done by third party. Umeshi, hope that addresses your point, or maybe you can come off mute and maybe talk about it.
Thanks.
Okay, all right.
Gagan, I think you can probably spend a little time in giving, the senior leadership here, on some
Yeah. I think
additional
let
aspects
me
of Microsoft.
yeah,
Microsoft.
let me quickly share my screen. For I think we have around 5 minutes left. I'll quickly talk about what Microsoft is doing in general for the manufacturing space. It is obviously a prioritized industry for us. If I just give you a view that Microsoft, although we are a tech company, but we are now heavily focused and pivoted around industry focus. So these are some of the core industry verticals that we focus on today. And we have solutions across these industries and across various facets of Microsoft Cloud, right? So modern work deals in collaboration and productivity. Business applications is around ERP, CRM, low code, no code application development. Infrastructure, you may all know, right? Azure being the cloud infrastructure layer. And then there is a lot of work around digital and app innovation, data and AI, and security. In a way, it becomes the underlying layer for everything that we do, right? So now using all this, the goodness of technology, we are building solutions for industry specific needs. And then obviously we have partners like Zoxima, who build industry specific solutions for our customers using these technologies on Microsoft Cloud, right? So if I just give you a little bit of deeper flavor into manufacturing per se, we divide the whole manufacturing operational journey, into four core buckets. Customer engagement is, one important bucket. I think the discussion that we are having today in terms of how do I uh, engage with my customers better, how could I increase my wallet share and mind share with them, all of that primarily falls around customer engagement. How am I activating my digital ways of selling, and how am I digitally expanding my reach and footprint with my customers, right? So that is on the activate digital selling. And maybe if you are a consumer durable, if you are also into post sale service, then you will also have a great angle of after sale service coming in. Even if you are not in after sale service per se, you will still have a customer service team or a call center team who will receive calls from your customers, right? And that also goes a long way in building a brand. How is your how's the service experience with you as a brand, with your customers, right? So there is a complete focus on customer engagement, and we have a lot of first party applications within our Dynamics 365 CRM space. And then we have partners, great partners like Zoxima, who are extending the same layer and providing these great solutions around scheme, loyalty, and building it for various verticals, right? Apart from that, we have very strong solutions for the core supply chain automation as well. We have a complete end-to-end ERP offering, which can do a lot of things around production operations, complete, end-to-end shop floor management, planning optimization, and the complete supply chain visibility, right? That can be covered within the ecosystem. Then there are a lot of solutions around, then there are a lot of solutions around, factories of the future. How do I build connected factories? How do I build my machineries with IoT sensors, as well as the products that I'm building, right? How do I make my products as intelligent products and sort of uh, make me connect with my customers in a better way through my products, right? So that's all around agile factory. And then there is also a very important angle which only Microsoft can cater to as a tech company, right? Workforce transformation. All the scenarios that we are talking about, obviously you will have, workforce on the field. There will be sellers on the field. There will be other, if you are also into retail, modern retail, you will have retail sales people on the field. On your shop floor, you will have, your shop floor people on, who are working in your factories. All of those are frontline workers. How are we enabling them to, work for us in a better, effective fashion? How are we focusing on their well-being, their collaboration with each other, and their training and their learning, right? All of those facets, Microsoft has a plethora of solutions, again, that can cater to that need, right? And the beauty is that all of that you see is all very seamlessly knitted. They all rely on the same technology backbone of Microsoft Azure. They use the same artificial intelligence, machine learning technologies and tools to build those utilities on top of it, right? So on a single technology fabric, you get an end-to-end coverage of all your technology needs. And obviously, as I said, we have a very, very strong partner ecosystem. Microsoft is a partner-first company and a partner-led company in many sense. Whatever technology products we build, our partners always extend and work on it, right? This is another view of the end-to-end Microsoft platform. I think we have already spoken about it. We have a lot of first-party applications, as you see within Dynamics 365 as ERP and CRM. Then we have an end-to-end application development platform. Now this platform is something that Zoxima and team, Rajiv and team has used to build these solutions that we saw today, right? We have application development. You can write workflows. You can do world-class analytics, as well as you can build solutions like chatbot, which can provide omni-channel customer service and things like that, right? All of this very seamlessly talks to our Office products. So there will always be an Outlook integration. I think Rajiv also alluded to it initially, right? Excel integration, Outlook integration, SharePoint integration, Teams integration, all of that comes natively, right? And then there is a whole goodness of Azure platform that will light up all of this, correct? I think we are already the top of the hour. what I want to do is I just want to leave you with this image. This is the end-to-end sales and distribution solution that we have to offer. And we only spoke about this block today, quite frankly, right? Schemes and loyalty. But there is a complete solution that can meet your own organization sales and CRM need. As a principal, obviously we can integrate to your core ERP for various information. We can enable your field sales for Salesforce automation needs. We can manage your complete primary interactions with your dealers. Then we can manage your complete secondary, as well as we can build end consumer applications on the and influencer applications on the same ecosystem, right? So we touched upon a very small portion today, but the platform with its and the solutions that Zoxima has built actually provide you coverage for this end-to-end visibility, right? So I think
Thanks, Gagan.
I'll take a pause and maybe see if there are any questions.
Thanks, Gagan. This was really nice. We are very proud that we partner with you and build use many of these applications which are standard, and then they also extend these applications for various micro verticals within distribution manufacturing space. Any questions? We don't have any questions on the chat. If anybody wants to ask any question, we are most welcome.
Yeah.
I think we took the questions in between, Gagan.
Yeah, I think it was an
we're also
interactive one.
running out of time. Yeah, we are running out of time, so we might well thank everyone and for their participation. Really encouraging to see all of you here. Many thanks to all of you. Looking forward to staying connected with you. And any specific requirements, please do reach out to me, Yogesh, Gagan, any one of us. We'll be very happy to engage with you in your needs of this application or any other application on the stack which Gagan spoke about. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.